Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Today I am filming for you a fashion haul. This is what I have been buying for autumn winter 2025. The majority of it is quite high street, quite at the affordable end of the scale. Let's get on into what I have been purchasing. I will try and do this by brand. So first and foremost, River Island. If you follow me on Instagram, it's at Rose Keats. If you don't, I have been sharing quite a lot of things in River Island recently. I feel like this year in general, because I bought a few things from them for spring summer, but particularly their autumn winter, they are killing it on the high street at the moment. So quite a few things from there. The first thing I got was this coat. So obviously I'm going to do cutaways, try on so that you can see things better. So this is a big faux leather coat with this faux fur and then faux shearling on the inside. This was £110. I got this in a size 10. The only thing I would say about River Island is generally, with one exception which we'll cover, I feel like their sizing is quite generous. I would say I'm more of a 12 to 14. I went for a 10 in this, so I would size down. This I haven't worn outside yet, but from trying this on in the shop, this is so warm. If you are looking for something to really bundle you up in during the winter months, this is incredible. Like, I remember trying this on the shop and being like, I'm actually too warm right now, because I bought it kind of before the cold weather had really kicked in. This faux fur is just super soft. It's silver hardware. I'm much more of a gold hardware kind of person. I can get over it, and I can see why the silver looks a little bit cooler with the faux fur and the shearling and everything. I can see why silver works better overall. But it is a tie belt rather than a buckle belt. I feel like for me, I always prefer a buckle belt, so I think I'm going to try and hunt down a silver buckled black belt to tie in with the hardware and to just make it look that little bit neater. But I'm definitely going to start wearing it. It's not going to stop me wearing it just because it's got a tie belt at the moment. It is so snuggly, it's so warm. I got my fringe cut back in yesterday, so I feel like it's a little bit, I feel like I need to learn how to do a fringe again. So I did, like, obviously I slept in it last night. I put a roller in it and then I woke up this morning and that was a little bit much, and I feel like it's kind of pushing to this side at the moment, so I need to learn how to sort of style the fringe from scratch again. But I feel like this coat really goes with the fringe, as silly as that sounds. Oh, I just love it so much. It's so cool. Well, it's cool to look at aesthetically. It is not cool to be in. I am so warm again, having just put this coat on now for the sake of the video. Absolutely love this. I am away next weekend. I'm going to Chester and Cheshire Oaks with Lauren. I'm intending to vlog that trip, so I'll take you along with us, but I think this is the coat that I'm going to take. It does not have a hood is the only thing, so if you are in the UK or in Scotland specifically, as I am, you will need an umbrella is the only thing with it. But yeah, I feel like a hood would have spoiled it, so I see why it's not got a hood. So you've got the faux fur trim on the cuffs and the collar. I just absolutely love it. So this was my coat purchase from River Island. Next up from River Island, I got this skirt. So this is a faux leather tan midi skirt. A-line, but not super sticky out A-line, just like a sort of soft gradual A-line. Really flattering. Again, went for a size 10 in this, so I think the sizing is quite generous. I have worn this skirt, so I'd taken the tag off, but I kept it to tell you guys. This was £44. It has pockets, because I know that's very important to a lot of people. I just think this is a really sort of easy to dress up or down skirt. I actually shared this a little while ago. I did a reel with Vivaya. They'd given me a pair of loafers and I styled them 3 ways, and I wore this skirt in quite a casual way with the loafers, but equally you could then switch the loafers out for a heel. I've worn it out a few times with heels for nighttime wear, and it's quite a good skirt if you, do you know when you kind of want to bridge that gap, if you want to look smart but you're not wearing like an evening dress? So this skirt with the jumper, a pair of heels and a nice earring, I feel like it's like I've made an effort and I've shown up for, you know, like a casual dinner or whatever, but you're not overdressed, because I sometimes think that's quite a fine line to try and gauge, is when you want to have made a little bit of an effort but not look like you've made a ton of effort. I find this skirt really good for that. So what I have been wearing this skirt with, this jumper, so that is exactly what I was wearing in the Vivaya reel. So again, I've taken the tag off of this one, but spoiler alert, I have bought this jumper 3 times, so I've got the tags on one of the other ones to tell you the prices. This jumper in this tan colour, pairing it with this skirt, I feel like it's a really good sort of monochromatic base for an outfit. Add a nude heel and a gold earring, I'm all over it. You've got little gold detailing on the top of the jumper as well, just to add that little bit of interest. This is a ribbed, quite tight form-fitting type of jumper. I went for a medium in this jumper. Really enjoying this as an outfit. As I said, I got the jumper in a few colours. Also picked it up in this lime green, which I feel is quite an unusual colour, but I really enjoy it. Jumpers wise, because I do still have the tag on this one, these were £26. I had to get the small in the lime green because they were out of the medium. Because it's kind of stretchy, I wouldn't say there's really all that much in it. It's more length than anything width-wise. Again, you've got that gold detailing. I actually thought this would look really good. I've got some jeans from Ted Baker that are ripped but with glitter patches on the inserts of where the rips are, and I thought this with those jeans would look really nice for like just a casual sort of everyday type of vibe. So I picked this up in this chartreusey lime green colour. I also got the jumper in black because you can't ever go wrong with a basic black long sleeve jumper. Again, gold detail just keeps it that little bit more interesting. And this one I have been wearing with this skirt. I don't have the label for this skirt, but I will look up how much it is and put it on the screen for you. Really like this. It is a houndstooth mini skirt. I've been wearing it, as I say, with that black top. I've been really enjoying tying that in with a really punchy bright bag. So either something like my Kate Spade taxi bag, which I did share a reel using it with that, and black tights, black boots, just keeping the outfit very monochromatic in a bright bag, or my Lulu Giddish red glittery lips clutch bag. I feel like that looks really good with a black and white outfit as well. So I've been getting quite a lot of wear out of this. This I would say you need to size up in. I went to a 14 in this skirt. I did try the 12. A 12 was pretty much where I would start with most things, if I'm honest. So I sized down in the faux leather midi skirt and the coat, but sized up in this. I found this quite small. They do have a jacket that matches this, and I did try on the set, but I felt it was wearing me rather than me wearing it, if you know what I mean. So I didn't go for the jacket, but I have got the skirt and I've been really enjoying wearing this. Some accessories from River Island. I got this hair bow, really big, really chunky. Like, if you're going to commit, just do the thing. I really enjoyed the size of this. This was £12. I think it's also a really nice shade of red. It's like a really nice, rich, deep Christmassy red. So really excited to start wearing this. I think now that we've hit November, like, I'm calling it, we're in festive mode, I'm going to start wearing this. So really enjoyed this. And to tie in with the festive bow for my hair, I got these little earrings. These were £10, and again, just little red bows for, well, for the festive season. You can see it's on red card. I think it's from their sort of Christmas range as such. But I feel like they're not so obviously festive that you couldn't wear them outside of the festive season. So I feel like I probably will get quite a lot of wear out of these overall. Speaking of festive items and festive accessories, I got some poinsettia earrings from Marks and Spencer's. These were £10 as well, so the same price as the River Island festive earrings. They also have some really beautiful bow pearl drop earrings in Marks and Spencer's. The ones that I have seen, and that applies to these as well actually, so do check this if you're in M&S and you're looking at earrings. On almost every pair, the back of at least one of the earrings was bent. I don't know if it was to do with the way they've been like packaged for distribution, for being sent or whatever, but I tried a couple of different M&S's and I haven't yet been able to find a pair of the bow pearl earrings where the backs are straight on both of them. But I did manage to find a pair with straight backs on the poinsettia earrings, but I think it was my third M&S that I went to before I got this, so the quality control is definitely not quite there for the festive novelty earrings from Marks and Spencer's. Just something to be mindful of if you're looking at them in the shop. Check out the backs of them, because it was quite a consistent issue in multiple shops across multiple pairs. This is maybe a really boring thing to share with you, but this has been one of my absolute best purchases of late, and it is a pair of leggings from Sweaty Betty. But it is their thermal leggings, so I think they're called the thermal walking leggings. I will link everything that I can down below. So these are like, well, they're thermal leggings. There's really not much more to say. It's just the plain black ones, so they look pretty much the same as most of the other leggings from the outside. The waistband is a little bit different. It's got this little toggle. I went for a medium in these. I would say they come up slightly. I think maybe because they're thermal, they're not quite as leggingy, if that makes any sense, as my usual high-waisted leggings from Sweaty Betty, which I can do a medium, but a large is a little bit less restrictive. But I went down to the medium in these, so I would size, if you like the Sweaty Betty high-waisted like gym leggings, the super sculpt ones are the ones that I go for. I prefer a large in them, but went for a medium in the thermal leggings. And these are just, they're so warm and toasty. They make such a difference with an outfit. I actually got them for going to Norway because I was going a bit of mountain climbing and things, so I wanted to make sure that I wasn't too cold. They were probably a little bit of overkill for Norway. I was a little bit too warm on the bus home after the climb, but yeah, I've been wearing them a lot at home recently now, and these have been such a good purchase. Really boring, really adult thing to say, but get yourself some thermal leggings. They are a game changer, and these ones don't look like thermal leggings from the outside. They just look like normal leggings. If you guys are regulars to my channel, you will know I am quite the fan of a novelty accessory, so I was in Radley to see what their new picture bags are for the new season, and I ended up buying myself this. So this is a little fox. He is 3D and textured, super sweet. So he's got this little clip here to clip him onto your bag, but he is a little pouch. Now obviously he is very small and also slightly awkwardly shaped, let's be honest. So in terms of the little pouch, I feel like all you're really going to put in is maybe like your headphones or whatever, but I just thought he was super sweet. I could not leave him behind. So that is my new little foxy bag charm slash headphone holder. Next up, we've got another big bag from Uniqlo. I bought this little jacket when I was in Liverpool in September, so I did already share this on my stories, and it's, what is it they call this, like a sort of Harrington jacket, just a little short jacket. It's got brown cord collar and cuffs. This has a hood, and one of the things I really like about this hood is that it is not too big, so you can put this hood up but you're not blinded. Now obviously I've just got a fringe that's blinding me instead, so like that's probably swings and roundabouts at this point, but my big winter parka from last year, which I do really like, when I put the hood up it's got like a big furry thing around the hood and it's down here and I basically can't see properly. So this jacket, I really like that it's got a hood, but the hood is not massive. It's going to protect you but not blind you. This is from the JW Anderson collection for Uniqlo. Again, I sized down in this because I think it's not the most flattering item and it's never going to be the most flattering item, so it is what it is. Especially if you're like me and you're a little bit curvy and you would benefit from some waist definition. This is not offering you that. It is not flattering, it is not that kind of thing. But I did size down in it because I think it's quite oversized to start with, and I went for an extra small in this. This cost £99.90, so it wasn't particularly cheap even though it's high street. The hood is actually detachable, it buttons off and on. I'm probably just going to leave it on. I think again this is just really practical, really sweet for like cozy winter outfits. This with a pair of jeans, the Vivaya loafers that I did the reel for last month. I think that's such a really sweet outfit for just like an autumnal walk and maybe like a little pub lunch, and yeah, I can see it happening. So very excited now that I filmed this to actually start wearing it. Now I might have saved some of the, well, I actually think everything I bought is pretty good. I was going to say I've saved some of the best items to last, but yeah, I feel like my coat and jacket game has been really strong this year, and I do have another 2 coats that I have bought that I'm going to share with you in this video because I live in Scotland and the coat is the outfit for most of these last months of the year and the first months of the next year, so not always justify coats, but this next one in particular is so fabulous. It is this leopard print faux fur number from Queens of Archive. So I think this is the most expensive item in the haul. This was £450, so this was a little bit of an investment purchase. I've got a few things from Queens of Archive and the quality is always beautiful and I really like them. I think they're kind of timeless in that they are that sort of vintage inspired style, which I always come back to. Autumn winter brings out my sort of grungier 60s 70s bohemian tendencies, and this coat just is perfection for those tendencies. So again, you've got the collar and cuffs. That's actually a thing across all three coats that I have bought that I'm sharing with you in this video. So the River Island one, the Queens of Archive one, and the third one that I will show you in a minute. Again, I feel like this just goes with my fringe, as daft as that sounds. I feel like the fringe is giving the right attitude for this coat. And this is like, so it's faux fur on the collars and cuffs, but the actual jacket as well is like faux fur. Can you see the textures? Oh, it's so soft. Completely impractical. Absolutely not trying to share this one as like any kind of sensible purchase. This was purely an aesthetic purchase, but I just think it is so fabulous. I absolutely love it. I feel like it is the sort of thing, because it is that sort of vintage inspired look, it becomes timeless because of that. So although it was a little bit of an investment, I feel like I will just have this coat for years, and it's always going to be super cool every time I pull it out. So yeah, absolutely love this coat. Size wise in this coat, I went for a medium. I feel like I probably could have done the small, but it was out of stock on the Queens of Archive website, so I went for a medium, and I feel like that will let me layer things up underneath it. So really happy with this. The penultimate item that I'm going to share with you is from Hobbs. Kind of 60s vibe pinafore dress. So it's tartan, it's got little pockets with this black velvet trim on it. I think this is just super cute. I feel like layered up over a white shirt with some glittery shoes. The day that I bought this, I actually was wearing the River Island combo that I showed you, the black jumper with a houndstooth skirt and my black knee-high boots, and I just tried this on over the black jumper, and it looked really good that way for sort of daytime, more casual. But yeah, I feel like for festive season, a white shirt, some glittery shoes, I feel like that's going to be such a cute vibe. This was actually on sale. It was £149, but I got it for £109, which I was very happy with. Hobbs sizing is quite generous, so I went for a UK 10 in this. So beautiful. I'm so excited to start wearing it. Hobbs I've always liked Hobbs. It's been a long-term brand of mine that I always kind of fall back on, but I feel like over the past 2 years or so, it seemed to get very expensive. But I feel like this season, the prices have come down a bit. There's a few coats that I'm looking at, they start with a 2. I feel like a couple of years ago a Hobbs coat started with a 4. So yeah, I feel like Hobbs have pulled their pricing back a little bit, and they've also started popping up in some of the American influencers that I follow. They seem to be doing a lot of work there and kind of looking to expand their reach and things, which I'm really here for. So I'm hoping that kind of means that Hobbs as a brand is going to be a little bit safer than I feel like I thought it was. I thought it was on a bit of a sugary peg for a while, so really pleased to see a little bit of development happening there. And the last thing that I'm going to show you is the third and final coat that I've bought for this autumn winter. This is the Wonderland coat from British Retro. Now, I already had this in the camel colour. I think I posted, in fact I was wearing the camel coloured one in the reel that I did for the Vivaya boots, so I've shown you that already. I've had that for a couple of years, but I've always loved this colour. They actually did a discount quite recently, they did 20% off, so I decided to just go for it, treat myself. They used to do it in a bright red, and I always liked the bright red, but something just stopped me buying it, and then they brought out this, which is still red but like a deeper burgundy red, a bit richer, a bit darker, just I think a little bit more wearable. I think sometimes if you've got a bright red with the faux fur, it can verge a little bit on Santa suit, like let's just call it what it is. I feel like this is a little bit chicer. I can't remember exactly what these retail for now, but I got 20% off it. Again, I will link it up down below. I went for a UK 14 in this. I feel like British Retro is a sort of vintage inspired brand, and they do have a vintage shape to them, so they really nip in at the waist and things. They give you that definition. So I did stick with the size 14, which is the same size as I've got in the camel coat, because it comes in at the waist so much and everything. If I want to be layering up underneath it, I really do need that bigger size. So 14 in this one size wise. And that is everything that I'm going to share with you in this whole video. Lauren and I, as I said, we're actually away next weekend. We're hitting up Cheshire Oaks, so I may well have an outlet haul for you coming soon, so we'll see what I buy there. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it might have given you some inspiration. Black Friday is on the horizon, so you know, maybe see what discounts might be coming out for different things around that time. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!